Welcome back. I'm Randolph Jamias, and we now give you the top stories of the hour. Myanmar took part as the country of honor at the opening of 9th ASEAN-China Expo, held in Nanning of Guangxijuan Province on 21st of September. It was attended by President of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, U Thein, together with Chinese Vice President Mr. Xi Jinping, Laotian Prime Minister Mr. Thongsin Thamawong, Vietnamese Prime Minister Mr. Nguyen Thanh Son, and the ASEAN heads of delegates. Governor of Guangxijuan Autonomous Region, Mr. Ma Biao, and Deputy Minister for Commerce, Mr. Gao Hucheng, extended greetings. The ASEAN Country of Honor President U Thein delivered inaugural address, saying that China and ASEAN countries have achieved tremendous progress, especially in trade sector in 2 decades since 1991. The China-ASEAN partnership was established and focused on trade cooperation to further enhance friendship and mutual interests. The trade fairs played vital for the implementation of ASEAN-China Free Trade Area. At the 9th Expo, Myanmar Pavilion showcased economic developments through various products 3 times more than the previous years. According to the Expo's theme for cooperation in science and technology, the President also welcomed investments in science and technology sector in Yedanapon, designated as the enchanting city of Myanmar. With the aim to bring benefits for the peoples among China and ASEAN member countries, the international event of China-ASEAN Expos have been holding annually since 2004. In 2009, China became the largest trade partner of the ASEAN. Comparing 2010 and 2011, the trade volume of the 2 sides increased 20.9%. The President also expressed his delight and thanked China's support to the implementation of ASEAN Community in 2015 and the vital role of ASEAN. In the presence of President U Thein and other ASEAN heads of delegates, China's Vice President Mr. Xi Jinping opened the expo. President U Thein and China's Vice President Mr. Xi Jinping opened Myanmar Pavilion and observed the display of products. In other news, President U Thein spoke at the opening ceremony of China-ASEAN Business and Investment Summit at the International Conference Center in Nanning on 21st September. Also present at the ceremony were Chinese Vice President Mr. Xi Jinping, Laotian Prime Minister Mr. Thongsin Thamawong, Vietnamese Prime Minister Mr. Nguyen Thanh Son, Deputy Prime Ministers of Malaysia and Thailand, Deputy Ministers from China and ASEAN member nations, high-ranking officials, officials from ASEAN Secretariat, entrepreneurs and correspondents from foreign news agencies, Secretary of Communist Party of Guangxijuan Autonomous Region, Mr. Gu Shenkun, and Chinese Deputy Minister of Economic and Commerce explained promotion of China-ASEAN economic cooperation. U Thein said in his address that ASEAN and China are cooperating for the success of great projects on ASEAN connectivity. ASEAN member nations welcomed the pledge of China to support for ASEAN connectivity made in 14th ASEAN-China Summit in Bali, Indonesia in November. Now, Coordination Committee members for connectivity are discussing to implement that pledge. He also informed Myanmar-China trading and investment opportunity in Myanmar. In 2010, total trade volume between ASEAN and China is $232 billion and Myanmar-China trade volume is only $5.3 billion. He expressed his belief that being neighbors of China, Myanmar will have many prospects for boosting trade with China. He reaffirmed the pledge that Myanmar will closely cooperate with ASEAN and China in implementing regional and international peace, stability, and development. Moving on, President of the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, U Thein, attended the ceremony to explain economic and investment opportunities in Myanmar and to meet CEOs of Chinese firms. Chairman of Union of Myanmar Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry Uwin Ang announced the opening of the ceremony and presided over the meeting. Vice Chairman Mr. Yu Ping of International Trade Promotion Association of China and Mr. Shen Beihai, member of Guangxijuan Autonomous Region Communist Party Committee, presented matters to promote bilateral economic cooperation between China and Myanmar. Union Minister for Commerce, Uwimi of Myanmar, extended greetings. President U Thein Sein delivered an address saying that emergence of ASEAN-China Free Trade Area is an important milestone in the history of ASEAN and China, and Myanmar and China as well. At present, 6 ASEAN member states and China have reduced 97% of tax on commodities via normal route. The remaining ASEAN member states, including Myanmar, are also taking measures to reduce taxation in line with the agreements. Myanmar lies as a bridge between ASEAN and the 2 most populous countries, China and India. Due to the Myanmar government's transformation efforts, most of the sanctions imposed have been lifted. So the global financial bodies, such as the World Bank, IMF, and ADB, have resumed cooperation with Myanmar. Myanmar is rich in natural resources. It offers good opportunities for foreign investors. FDI are being invited based on 4 points: without affecting the public interest, without hampering the country's dignity, without hampering the nation's sovereignty, and without affecting natural environment. The President and party later left the People's Congress Hall of Guangxi Province and arrived back in Liyuan Guest House, where they put up. At the meeting, Union Minister Wu Mi replied to the questions raised by CEOs of Chinese firms concerning investment in Myanmar. President U Thein Sein and Chinese Vice President Mr. Xi Jinping held a meeting at the Liyuan Guest House of International Conference Center in Nanning on 21st September. The 2 leaders discussed on fostering Myanmar-China powerful friendship and action plan for multifaceted strategic partnership, cooperation in peace and border areas development programs, more investments by the Chinese high-profile business companies, and more assistance from China for the development of agriculture sector under the Poverty Alleviation and Rural Areas Development Programs in Myanmar. They also exchanged views on regional and international affairs. Also in the news, President U Thein Sein met with Secretary of Guangxijuan Autonomous Region Communist Party Mr. Gu Xiankun and Governor Mr. Ma Biao and party at the Liyuan Guest House in Nanning on 21st September. On the occasion, the 2 sides discussed investments by entrepreneurs from Guangxi Autonomous Region in the special economic zones and deep sea ports in Myanmar, sharing experience in agriculture sector and cooperation in culture, education, health, and tourism sectors for mutual benefits of the 2 countries. The President also received the interview by China Radio International reporter Sally Chen, alias Mamo Tuza, at the same venue in the evening. The President answered the questions concerning political, economic, and cultural sectors. On that day, the President met the chairman of China Non-Ferrous Metal Mining Company and the executive director of AVIC International Holding Corporation on separate occasions. Thanks for watching. More news coming right up. Please stay with us.